Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Dare I say we got a little bit of momentum here. I shouldn't have said it. Oh, although Unicorn Stump, incredibly low rate of fire. Extra HP, damage seems okay, rate of fire is bad. SVLB, SAKW. Ooh, how interesting. We've got Pyromaniac. So it's gonna be very tough for us to take damage. We've got Unicorn Stump. So it's gonna be very tough for us to take damage. I mean, we've had Unicorn Stump a lot lately, but there's no way I'm gonna, like, you know, say no to Unicorn Stump. I'm sorry, I've got this, like, I don't know how to describe it without describing it in the grossest way possible. I've been burping a lot more lately. Oh, I didn't even realize we started with, Master of Unlocking as well, or the safety clip. Safety pin, whatever. It's not really the safety pin, because the safety pin's an item, but you know what I mean, the broken paper clip, the lock pick, anyway. I've been drinking so much sparkling water, because Kate and I got this Costco membership, so, you know, I'll go to Costco and I'll pick up, like, a 12-liter pack of sparkling water, basically, which, I don't know, that's, like, 12 liters is, like, 10 gallons or something like that. I'm not gonna do the conversion. You know what? If you're still rocking the Imperial system in 2015, you can do the fucking conversions, okay? And it's got me to the point where I've been drinking sparkling water almost exclusively instead of, you know, regular water. It's not like artificially sweetened or flavored or anything like that, so I don't think it carries any inherent, like, health detriment versus regular water. And that's fine. I drink a lot of, you know, or consistently, at least up until the sparkling water addiction has taken hold, drink like a lot of regular water. I'm talking like maybe 3 to 4 liters a day. Daily recommended is like 2. I pee a lot, and it is clear as a fucking bell. I don't know if that's an expression that makes any sense. But anyway, this is beside the point, and please don't lecture me on hyperhidrosis. You know, my kidneys are fine. Rest assured, you know, I get my blood work done on a regular basis because that's something we can do here for free, which is cool. Anyway, well, now that I've opened several different cans of worms, all I was trying to say is I've been buying so much sparkling water that it's gotten me looking into buying a soda stream, a pressurized gas canister delivery system to create my own sparkling water at home to save money. The startup cost on the soda stream is about $235, and I'm like, $235, that's like, you know, 15 cases of sparkling water. How much do I get? I've got to get to the point where I'm going back to math class. I'm like, oh shit, okay, we got to find the intersection point of the two lines, y equals mx plus b, and then, anyway. That's my life story, and that is why occasionally you'll hear me drop out a little bit, and then you'll hear like a broop, and then I'll come back. Might as well stand here, I guess. Because I'm trying not to inflict my, you know, my gaseous poison on you. And I hope that you understand that. I'm not leaving because I want to leave. I'm leaving because I gotta leave. I'm going to try to avoid picking up the Spirit Heart. Might as well just sit here. I'm going to avoid picking up the Spirit Heart for now, just to see if maybe we can, you know, not lose the Spirit Heart on this fight. I really don't want to use bombs to kill the Widow. But our damage is so bad that I kind of feel like maybe we should use bombs to kill the Widow, and it's not like it's gonna hurt us at all, so we might as well just, you know, take a part of it there and hope to God we get a DPS upgrade here. We definitely do not need, well, an orbital would be fine too, but we can't get an orbital, so if we could get a torn photo or any tiers upgrade really would be fine, or a all stats upgrade. Anything else is gonna come across like a little bit of a disappointment here to start with. That's pretty good. That's not a disappointment. I feel bad about saying it now, but you know, on the DPS, what am I looking to say here? Continuity? Gradient? That's it. On the DPS gradient, I definitely am looking more for tiers than damage at this point. You know, they both pay dividends, but tiers, I think, would pay greater dividends right now, just because we're completely lacking that so far. So I did make the effort here to go to 1 extra room. 2 extra rooms, I guess, and gotten an extra key out of it, I think, so far. We could just make sure that we're not being too stupid about it. Maybe we can get lucky and find a tinted rock, and indeed we did. I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'll be over in a minute, okay? I'll pick up the Spirit Heart now, because I know we're almost to the end of the floor. I think he took damage there. Maybe one more? Excellent, okay. If we could just get enough money, I may even abuse bombs a little bit for this if we have to, but if we can get enough money to get an arcade on the next floor, that allows our bombs to do some really good stuff. But in actuality, maybe we should just look for a regular secret room. I don't know why I felt like I couldn't stand right next to that. Well, okay. I know we could blow up some pots. What about a second secret room? If I were a second secret room... there's just too many locations. Alright, I'm gonna be... Oh, this is great, actually. Now I want to get even more money, if we can swing it. Because we do want There's Options. There's Options is more important than getting a blood bank. But if we can get a blood bank, that would also be great. But we don't want to get a blood bag at the expense of not having any bombs left over. Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna give it a try. Come on. Come on. Oh, my lord. That was the worst of all possible situations there. But... alas, we will move along. We're still feeling good. There's Options is going to be so nice for the next floor. What do we want? Orbital? Like, so fighting war, or sorry, fighting famine would be great. And, Sacrificial Dagger. I'll Unicorn Stump right off the bat here. We might get a, you know, delivery into the Devil Room, as happens from time to time. Free Guppy item is fantastic. We've got enough keys. Actually, free Guppy item is amazing in that it's Guppy's tail, and we have, Master of Unlocking, so we have, like, nothing to worry about there. That is just going to benefit us. And now something like Mom's Key could end up being a staggering value. Maybe enough to, like, have us never have to worry about consumables again on the floor. Maybe our luck stat needs to be helped out just a little bit there in order to make that more of a conceivable option, but that's good. I would love to get high damage upgrade from the boss, and then... Sacrificial Dagger from our Devil Room, or we could do it vice versa, if that's cool with you. I think that we're better off... I mean, I know that there's more versatility... Oh, just explode on me, thank you. I know that there's more versatility in the keys that we would get from Flat Penny. It's interesting. But, I kind of just like the insurance policy of us being able to open every single chest that we come across over the, well, every single golden chest at least that we come across over the entire game. So I'm going to stick with that for now, and I'm going to be excited to do so, I think. Excellent, okay. We're still lacking, like, a poison touch. I feel like I've had this conversation like 10 times in recent episodes. And we had a Unicorn Stump run on the stream recently as well, like within the last week or so. But it's been showing up all the time, and I still have not quite had that, like, this exact run that you're looking at right here. E. coli will be able to do this for us. We gotta be careful, though, as people have illuminated to me. The poops from this, that you create enemies from, or that have been created from enemies, still have the properties of the enemy. So by actually, you know, walking into them, we could cause an explosion. But right now, the only explosion we're in danger of causing is one in my pants, because this is so overpowered. I'm not gonna bother shooting the poops either, because it's just gonna cost me some time that I don't really need to waste, in my opinion at least. Great stuff. We got this back. We got There's Options coming soon. Oh, Pin. Poor Pin. Sweet Pin. You never... Pardon me? Pardon me? He takes no damage? Pin takes no damage from Turdy Touch. I guess maybe bosses don't take any damage from this, unlike Midas Touch. It's a disappointment, but the fact that we can still, you know, just take out basic enemies by walking into them is excellent. I'm very disappointed, though. I thought that we're going to be balling out of control. We may still be balling out of control, depending on what we get from our boss fight and our deal with the devil, but that's a little bit of a, you know, a baseball card in my spokes. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You get the idea. Okay, he's almost dead. Just get like one more hit. Yes, we will take blue cap for the Tears upgrade. Shot speed down, not that relevant. Unfortunately, we will not be granted any deal with the devil access. Now, what do we do here? Or precedent, I should say. We got to deal with the devil access. I think we just leave, again, honestly. And it's not because I'm trying to, like, make great time or anything like that. But it's because, you know, I want to get to the next deal with the devil as soon as we possibly can. So that we can hopefully get that precedent. Kind of don't want to waste Unicorn Stump to get that golden chest. Because I don't want to fight rooms, but it's probably the right idea. But let's just... Well, this is very unfortunate, because it would have been great for us to use Unicorn Stump on the last room, and then just fight on this room, because we're going to have to fight on this room anyway, because these enemies are annoying. You know what? Let's get this shit over with before we get too invested in actually using Turdy Touch. And was it worth it? Absolutely. We got more than enough money. We got a key. It's great. Now, we are going to have to actually fight this room. That's annoying. Still got a couple spiders left over from that amazing deal with the devil we got earlier. And by a couple spiders, I mean literally one spider. Alright. Hopefully this is not a library. I don't really have a desire for books because I already have a great synergy with Unicorn Stump, so I'm not looking to get rid of that. I don't think we need any of those. I thought about it long and hard for about, 2 or 3 seconds and decided that I don't think that that is necessarily a great call for us. That is very poor on my part. I'm trying to think of, like, when I use... Oh, that was very dumb. This is getting worse as time goes on. Okay, we might as well take care of these enemies. No, I'm trying to think of, like, when we would use, Unicorn Stomp and when we'd use our bombs. I'm also thinking that we probably have a pretty good chance to get a deal with the devil here. We have, the pentagram for, like, an extra 35% chance. That, combined with, our normal chance, which would be about 25% chance. I mean, I know that it's actually just multiplied by the factor, which is, like, 0.25, so I'm like, it gives us, like, an extra 7% chance. Maybe something along those lines by having the pentagram on the floor after we took a deal with the devil. I'm not sure. I think we have like a 1/3 chance of getting a deal with the devil roughly here if you add it together. Maybe a 40% chance at best with my rough, back of the napkin style math here. I think that gives us a better shot than average. I wouldn't necessarily expect it to happen, but it's possible. I'm pretty sick of taking damage on this fight, so I'm glad that it looks like we're probably gonna escape with the rest of our spirit heart intact. I think I'm going to take speed plus range. I'd rather have the speed, and we'll take Dead Dove. I don't really want to get the Angel Precedent. Oh, but I feel like I'm being a little bit of like a baby if I don't, so I'll do it. Do you take damage from this? Of course you don't. So this is going to be a long fight, so prepare for that. We're still, like, lacking damage, and because I'm eaten, I've got no means to which... Well, not because I'm eaten. Let's just talk about the actual cause. Because I have no D6, I have no means with which to reroll here, so... somewhat amazingly, our damage is still quite shitty, despite the extra deal chances that we've had, but I am very happy to have gotten Dead Dove. Basically, does it give us Spectral Tears? It must give us Spectral Tears, otherwise, like, this tier effect, like, this visual effect on our tier wouldn't make any sense. Prepare for a long fight. Amazingly, oh, come on. Amazingly, we're gonna miss out on Boss Rush, in spite of the fact that we can walk into enemies and murder them all. Hopefully we just don't die. I mean, we don't have any bombs, so I can't heal myself, but... I feel like I shouldn't die. I'm not in that terrible of a position. It's just annoying, and it's starting to, grate on my nerves a little bit that we've been on these 2 rooms in a row that we couldn't kill easily, and as a result, I find myself being like, oh my god. Mentally, it's taking a toll, it's taxing. But we're like 75% of the way through this here. It shouldn't take too much longer for us to... be able to finish the job, but it is taking much longer for us to finish the job. Come on, like, I know we had a rate of fire upgrade, but I guess it wasn't the change I wanted to see in the world as much as I thought it might be. And plus pentagram, I mean, it's not that bad, but maybe I'm just a little salty because I'm comparing it with the fact that we can just walk into enemies with Unicorn Stomp and kill them instantly. Whatever, though. We're done. We're done. There's our key piece. We even got another key afterwards as well. Alright, we can fly now. So the flying part is fantastic. That's one thing that I can't find any sort of criticism with at all. I think we should probably buy the piggy bank now, just because it'll pay for itself on blood banks or even just getting hit. It's a little expensive, but we can still afford a key, or not a key piece, it's on the brain. We can still afford a, you know what I'm gonna say? Take your predictions right now. We can still afford that spirit heart on the way out. There you go. I guess it's just that the angel statues are really tanky. Like, if you're looking at this, you're probably like, what are you complaining about your damage for? You're destroying that guy in no time flat, and that is, pretty much exactly how that just went down. And of course, on every other room, we can just walk into enemies like this, and it makes our life so easy. Most of these spiders will die in one hit anyway, but we might as well, try to kill them the new-fashioned way. Oh, no, they're 2-hitters. That's okay. So this is actually a library, but because we have enough keys, I think we might as well see if we can get some benefit out of it. And there's Book of Revelations. It's a crying shame that we didn't get this before we went to our boss fight, because it would have given us an orbital, making us just a little bit better with Unicorn Stump. But it is what it is. You know, we got a Spirit Heart out of this regardless. Feel good about that. And we got another Spirit Heart there. And I forgot that we still have our item room available down here. And we get the miter. So this is actually a huge return on our investment here. Just a small time investment when we weren't going to get to boss rush anyway. And we're looking real good now. And I guess the speed upgrade I wasn't thinking at the time, but it ended up being much better than the HP, because it means that we can kill more enemies faster with our unicorn stuff. So of course that's gonna be something I'm looking for. Let's do it. Was it worth it? It honestly might be. Let's just try to save unicorn stump for like the last wave, maybe the last wave and a half if we get lucky. Trying to think of what we got. Do we have the? I wasn't thinking about these guys, but these guys are annoying, so I think that they're totally justifiable. These guys are actually slightly less annoying. One more hit should do it, and we're done. And we got another Spirit Heart, which actually was 2 Spirit Hearts on top of one another, apparently. Fantastic. Now we don't need to buy the Spirit Heart either, and what was the other item in here? Magic Fingers, not necessary. I don't think we need the bomb. Let's just get out of here. Interesting floor. Good? Yeah, pretty good. Alright, big rooms don't scare me that much because of how fast we are, but we might as well save it until we see if we've got a little bit more potency coming our way. In a way, I'm actually feeling like this is almost as good as Midas Touch. The only thing that sucks about it is that it doesn't give you anything against bosses, which is why the boss fights are proving so laborious, whereas like every other room is easy, like actually sincerely incredibly easy. But even though it is super simple, I'm going to take advantage of it to my utmost because of the fact that we don't get this synergy very often. I don't want any of those, sadly. Continue to get kind of like subpar shops, but it is what it is. We have a donation machine that is probably looking for attention, but we can handle that a little later. And an arcade is actually something I was very much looking for. This is great. 2 guppy items, and still we're not even at a deal with the Devil Precedent. We may get more deals with the Angel. So you might be saying, why not play with Unicorn Stump? The reason is Unicorn Stump, to me, is just too valuable on a room-by-room basis. Plus, we only get damaged, I should say, when we play it without using Unicorn Stump, which means it's the only way for us to actually get hard. No, it's the only way for us to get a payout from... Oh, you are a boss, technically. It's the only way for us to get damage, or extra HP, or extra money from Piggy Bank. There we go. Eventually, the neurons fired, and we are good to go here. Alright, bomb is great. That's also another reason I was like, why not gamble? You know, if bombs give us the ability to replenish our red hearts give us the ability to replenish our red hearts, we might as well take advantage of it. Oh, it's so satisfying. Champions too? Oh, no, maybe you just got to run into the champions a little harder until they can feel it. Come on, Midas Touch. Make this the greatest. Okay, that's also available in our shop, which is very strange, but 2 Spirit Hearts for a key. Didn't really end up working out like that for me, but you get the idea. Still relatively pleased. We got to be very close to our boss room now, I have to imagine. And this floor has gone fine. I mean, we could go to our boss trap room, but it's all the way back there now. And that means fighting 2 bosses. I don't even like fighting 1 boss. I don't know. We'll see how we feel after this floor ends. I will open that, obviously. Right, as usual. Sadly, we can't do any damage like that. That's why, like, a single orbital just helps us hedge our bets so much. And also, I gotta admit, fighting Little Chad when we have so many red hearts is totally fine. He's gonna make it, so we don't have to use bombs to heal ourselves. We can use bombs for other things, like to heal ourselves and do damage simultaneously. That's good. But, still just waiting on 1 orbital. Like, what? Sacrificial Dagger, Guardian Angel, anything like that helps out against bosses. Even if it gives us, like, 15% damage done against them. That's something, man. Okay, no deals. We'll take Little Chad. We don't need any extra HP. That's lovely. I can use IV Bag. That's right. Do I really... Now that our HP is a little... Or our damage is a little bit better, maybe I will go through with it and fight our boss room. The reason I want to do this is, of course, to see... I didn't mean to do that, but if we get this, then the more the merrier, I guess. No. I want to see if we can get our Guppy transformation complete, at which point we might not necessarily need orbitals anymore because we'll be generating flies, but it's got to be red chests. It is not. It is Bob's Brain, which honestly, considering we have Pyromaniac, I am more than happy to have. Man, we've been getting so many of the same items over and over here, but I'm not really going to complain. Bob's Brain is a huge helper for us since it can't hurt us and, you know, moreover, can only heal us and actually does a lot of damage in its own right. So this solves a lot of problems for us simultaneously and presents, like, basically zero, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And we can fly, so we don't have to worry about your bullshit creep. Instead, I can stand right next to you and actually heal up off of the damage that I'm doing to you. That's gotta hurt. It's like a double whammy. But, just waiting for Bob's Brain to come back. It's kind of sad that even with these damage upgrades that we've had, Bob's Brain is still, like, our best damage dealer. And by still, I mean, you know, like, not that it's been around for a long time. I just mean that in light of all this, it is still our best damage upgrade, which is ridiculous. I realized I got hit there. That was only so I could make room for this beautiful Spirit Heart right here. And we'll be on our merry way. Boss Rush is definitely not going to happen, but we should have a great chance at a deal next floor. What is this nonsense slowing down my Skype here? Alright. Let's head downwards. This is not good. Frame rate, please. Now, I would still, even though we're not doing boss rush, I would love a teleportation card. One of these days, we can teleport out of a curse room instead of taking damage. Why didn't I just walk into these enemies? Freaking Dan Giesling with his Skype messages distracted me with these vines of people getting into fist fights. Okay. That might sound like a nonsensical sentence. Believe you me, it's nonsense to me as well. I'm so sick of fighting mini-bosses, man. Mini-bosses, mega-bosses, all related bosses can fudge right off forever as far as I'm concerned. I just want, like, non-stop regular enemies. Oh, man, I just realized, like, Blast Assist. If we fight Blast Assist, it's gonna be the worst. Shit's gonna take 100 years. But, you know, I guess I should... Instead of being sad about that, I should be more thankful about rooms like this, which are very easy for me to conquer. That's just a clusterfuck right there. We'll go back for that. Okay, that apparently does not count as a boss, so, I mean, obviously that's not actually a boss, so that makes perfect sense, but... We got half of our Spirit Heart back. And we can fly, so fudge you. And we get more HP and another ability to fly, so fudge you too. I don't know, I mean, it's still... Oh, that's pretty good. It's still a great run. I just, at some point, you know, on the chest, we fight almost exclusively bosses. So we're going to need a little bit more in the damage department to really swing that, because right now we're not quite getting the job done there. This is only Necropolis 1, so we can go through with this. Like, I'd really just like a good damage upgrade from either a deal with the devil or angel. I don't really care which one it is, honestly. Just, you know, if you want to give me Sacred Heart, good. If you want to give me Godhead, good. If you want to give me Brimstone, good. It doesn't matter. Just give me something. And Torn Photo is a huge help in that regard. We get the body. I mean, I guess why not? Because we have Pyromaniac and Bob's Brain. It gives us a little bit more versatility there. But it's certainly, I would classify that as a pretty non-essential item, but I guess it does make a strategic difference, and we're going to have a lot of red hearts to draw from, which is great. And we're going to finish our key piece here, so, you know, we got to keep the dream of a Mega Satan fight alive. Okay. Probably should donate on this floor. We don't know if we're going to get another chance. And, I mean... There's not really a good reason not to play this Judgment that I can think of. So we'll do so. More HP, not really that essential. More mapping, this could be good. Sure, why not? Just explode. And Ace of Spades, Explosive Diarrhea, High Priestess. We're going to stick with Master of Unlocking because we have Guppy's Tail, but apart from that, we're going to roll High Priestess, and I guess next difficult boss, we can just drop High Priestess on them and, you know, ruin their lives. Again, unfortunately, we find that we pretty much do not want what is for sale here. But if we have enough money left over after donating, which we will, I will buy Steam Sale, and let's see what the pill, paralysis. I just wanted to buy a Steam Sale because it's possible we might want to buy out everything in our next shop, and we have so much money that like, we don't need to worry about making a fiscal play. You might be like, whoa, well, odds are you're going to be fighting greed or something in the next floor. Well, it may be true, but, you know, odds are, after we finish the run, we're not going to be able to use this money for anything. So, you know, why not at least try to get some use out of it right now? I'm so mad. Why don't the hands take damage? It doesn't make any sense. Our damage is actually starting to pick up, though, so I'm a little less salty than I used to be. You wouldn't know it from the tone that I've taken, but it is true. You gotta be thinking that maybe that cancer trinket is something we... Oh, sacrificial dagger. The only thing that would have made that better is if we became Guppy right there. I'm gonna take the damage. I don't really care that much. I think we're gonna stick with Master of Unlocking. Because it's fun, and because we're going to be doing enough damage anyway, and don't talk to me about that damage. Sacrificial Dagger is going to help us out. We're back at full HP. Not a red chest, unfortunately, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, just walking it. I like to pay the tax for that room. That's to make sure that the game knows that I'm still being friendly to it. But for now, we're just going to leave. And the Sacrificial Dagger pickup is stellar. I'm excited, very excited indeed. When he talks loudly, he talks very loud indeed. Anyway, I'll stop stealing wholesale from the trip. And I definitely do not need that. Our speed has been well taken care of in other regards. Okay, we can start to, you know, relax because we're living lavish here. You know, this is why Sacrificial Dagger was so huge for me. The ability to actually fight bosses without having to worry about the fact that I wasn't doing any damage to them. It's probably a fair way to put it. That is still not Guppy, unfortunately. Tears up is great. Tears down is bad. I don't know. I just used High Priestess instead of the Hierophant by accident. But on the bright side, I didn't take damage, and that really easily informs me as to what we'll be using in the future, because I do not have my High Priestess card anymore. But that's okay. Okay, ideal items on this floor. Obviously, Midas Touch would be ridiculous. Apart from that, apart from the super obvious, BFFs. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Makes Bob's brain better, I think. And would make Sacrificial Dagger better, which is really the huge one out of those. Poison Touch is pretty trash. As much as it does, like, literally stack on top of what we're doing, it's still pretty much garbage. Converter is nothing for us. Telepills has given us the mulligan. Okay. Sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I don't know if we're going to be able to create our own flies very often. I don't need the money. But, you know, anytime we actually have to fire our tears and we create flies as a result, I guess that's a bonus for us. Cool. Let's go check out this. And, again, I don't really need the money, but the extra HP, even if it pushes the Spirit Heart out of the way, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty useful. All right, I mean, we've had great luck on this floor. I can't deny this. Still got this. Why not buy the bomb? Why not buy the key? We don't need anything else. Like, I actually cannot come up with a good reason not to buy the bomb or the key. The only one, it's not a good reason, but like money equals power showing up, maybe. But, again, not a good reason. Well, I fucked it up, and I used the stupid, unicorn stump when I wasn't supposed to. There were no enemies there. Still, should be pretty easy. Maybe a nice little blessing in disguise, because we'll generate some flies. Never realized I tweeted about a soda stream. I never realized so many people owned one. It's changing my worldview here. Polaroid. Probably could have done the dark room on this one. Ah, my God, the Guppy dream just never comes true here. We still have a chance on the next floor, but we'll see. For now, no mapping is really the piss-off on this run. Everything else is going fantastically. We'll just hit spacebar and win every single room we encounter. Except, this one is annoying, of course, because of the fact that Gluttony is a boss, and I'm an idiot who just walked into him for no reason. Sure, whatever. Blow me up. See what happens. We'll take a little bit of the money, save the other stuff, because we want to be able to grow a money tree in the future. It's weird how powerful this run is, while still feeling like not that powerful. We have, like, complete omnipotence. We can just walk into enemies and destroy them, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, it's not that good. Okay, here, let's not rock the boat that much. We'll just take the collar. I don't want to mess with anything else, because, well, I mean, the Guppy Dream, we only needed one item to make it complete, so that's done. But I didn't want to use Guppy's Paw and give us, like, invincibility, because I'm happy we have red hearts in case we need to use Pyromaniac. We probably won't. At least I hope we don't. Like, if we need to use Pyromaniac to heal ourselves, something has gone terribly, desperately wrong at points on this run, but, you never know, you know? It helps to have that kind of, like, safe back door for ourselves here. But now that we are Guppy, I would expect this to be a complete no-brainer if it wasn't already, so... We're actually starting to build like a half-decent streak here, and I've mostly gotten lucky that the game has not come close to fucking me on any of our recent runs. I mean, it helps that you start with an item that guarantees you invincibility and is only one item away from making it, like, almost impossible for you to take damage, although we've still occasionally found a way. But they didn't give us BFFs or Midas Touch, so fuck it. Scumbag game doesn't want me to win. Great stuff. Closing in on our first floor boss here. I would really like to find an Emperor card to speed up maybe the Cathedral and get us to the chest a little faster. Kind of feel like we're better off trying to land, like, yeah, Bob's Brain on Skolex, and then just go, like, stand next to him or something like that. Hopefully it doesn't fuck up our deal with the devil chances, but what do I care if it fucks up our deal with the devil chances? I don't know, like, I still don't quite understand how to fight Skolex properly. There we go. Unicorn Stump apparently did the job pretty well. We'll take Jesus Juice. I'll take the actual damage upgrade over the bombs that can help me out as well, but, you know, the damage is probably better for me. And we'll just move along. Our deal with the devil, again, completely non-essential. Now's probably a good time to pop this Hierophant card just to be safe. And the Miter looks like I paid out nicely. Alright, we're sitting pretty here. Whew, feels good. I gotta admit, for a while, I was like, I don't know if these Eden streaks are for me, man. Like, I'll pop off, like, 5 wins and then fuck it up, and then I'll pop off, like, you know, 4 wins and fuck it up, and then... I mean, we still might be in literally exactly the same position here. Maybe I'll pop off, like, 8 wins and then fuck it up, but I'm starting to feel... And we talked about this before the complete train wreck run, but I was starting to feel, like, pretty good. I was in a good place morale-wise there, like, ready to make a championship run. It's pretty much exactly how I feel right now. I feel like I'm of sound morale, and I'm prepared to give it my all. Even if we've made some mistakes along the way here, I feel like these mistakes are good learning mistakes, and we're winning on those mistake-laden runs. So, you know, that's the best possible world for us. We're gaining a lot of information about the world around us, which is important. A lot of information about what we should do in the future. How do you not die in one hit? It makes no sense to me. Don't make me re-roll our run, please. Fuck you. Okay, quad shot tech, incredibly low rate of fire. Like, incredibly low rate of fire. But we're still Guppy. Our rate of fire is... I can't even talk about it. We must have Eve's Mascara. Never miss. Damage seems okay, although not nearly bad enough to compensate for the ridiculously low rate of fire. Hopefully our flies are good enough. We're generating a lot of them even when it looked like I wasn't doing any damage, so... I don't know, do we have, like, what's our respawn item? It looks like it's the Ankh. I saw it on the stat screen there. This is not a good turn of events. But, I can't tell a lie, spiders and flies doing a lot of damage here. We must have Death's Touch as well. I mean, I'm just slowly piecing it together. Obviously, we have Maggie's Bow. Obviously, we have some form of Stompy or Thunder Thighs. I'm feeling like... we must have either Polyphemus or Eve's Mascara, or maybe even both based on how absolute shit our damage is, and also how much damage our spiders and flies are doing. Like, they are actually... one spider touching an enemy does an incredible amount of damage, so... maybe this isn't as bad as it looks. All we need is like a number 1 or something like that to take it to the next level. And of course, you know, we basically have piercing shots as a result of this, so... can't be too mad about that. I can be a little mad about that, I think. We must have Celtic Cross or Virgo as well for the extra, like, invincibility there. That was not a regulation-length invincibility. I've gotten my rulebook out, and Sanction 18.B/H3H3 says that this is not a regulation-length pause, As a result, forfeit. Match goes to Northern Lion, playing as Eden. Thank you, thank you. I just want to fight for, you know, equal footing in the rules of the game. I don't want the game to be able to cheat anymore and scum people over the way it scummed me over several times. Okay, Curse of the Blind. Fantastic. Let's go completely ridiculous here. The Game Kid. At least it's a spacebar item. We didn't have one. Bobby Bob Bomb. Not very useful. 2020. Don't know what this does for us in our current situation. Daddy Long Legs. We're going to try the Mega Satan fight. I think our damage is good enough that this is acceptable. Hey, look, everybody. It's Northern Lion as a baby. That's my impression of the comments because I'm wearing glasses. I gotta admit, not quite as much damage as I would like. Thought we'd be on the first wave of enemies by now. Weren't far off. Out of all the pickups we got there... Oh, man, that sucks. Honestly, Daddy Longlegs might end up looking like the best one amongst them. Rest assured, it's not lost on me that one of my last losses was on a Mega Satan run where I didn't have to fight Mega Satan, but chose to, and as a result died. But that was a fucked up, like, Scissors Spirit of the Night hitbox that was just nonsensical to me. Oh my god, we have Midas Touch. Our reroll gave us Midas Touch. Why have you forsaken me? Oh, we got Sad Bombs as well. And I gotta feel like Sad Bombs are kind of our ace in the hole. Obviously, we have Hot Bombs with them as well. But Sad Bombs can be our ace in the hole just because of how much damage we do. The Sad Bombs are gonna do that and more, and they're gonna spawn so many spiders and flies for us. And we got the wave of 4 left here, which is the most annoying of all of them. I'm trying to save the Game Kid. I mean, this is probably pretty obvious, but just in case you're wondering. Trying to save the Game Kid for a little bit later when it'll actually maybe have the chance to give us more than 1 HP back. It's going to be a little bit of a tall order. Usually Game Kid doesn't give you too many bonus plays. Oh, that is a lot of fire. That one worked out fantastically for me, even if it doesn't appear so right off the bat. So if you could just step onto the fire, that was great. I might even use one more against you. We're going to beat Mega Satan here. He will not come back from this one. We are far too strong. This one might not even hit. That's how much damage we're doing, yeah. So we've only been hit a few times. That fire might do a decent job of being able to hit him. I'm just going to throw another bomb up here, and we might actually just, like, mostly live with bombs here. Looks like we got, like, some kind of Ipecac going on as well. Cricket's body, something along these lines. We've got invincibility here. Spiders and flies coming in. Very, very strange run, damage-wise, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. We'll finish this off. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.